motherfucking schemer boy. I'm a dreamer boy. I love a girl that don't even fucking need a boy. Baby, I'm a beamer boy. I need a beamer boy. I want a Z3, that's a two-seater boy. Okay, I pull my cash out. Shorty pass out. Take her ass out. Then I spaz out. Okay, yeah, I hit that. Shorty get back. I got death notes. Where my list at? Yeah, I'm in my zone now. I put my phone down. I'm on my own now. I'm on my own now. Yo, girl, she wanna go down on a real one. I hit J Green. Like, what's the deal, bro? You see me doing shows now. I'm a pro now. I got hoes now. And I got some dough now. But they don't wanna hear that. They want that real shit. They want that drug talk. That I can't feel shit. I'm never coming home now. All alone now. Can't let my bros down. Can't let my bros down. I feel like I'm a no one. That's what they told me. I'ma show ya, baby, I was chosen. I'm a motherfucking schemer boy. I'm a dreamer boy. I love a girl that don't even fucking need a boy.
What up, YouTube? This is Joe.
This is Colin.
This is Colin. In this corner over here, we have the best real estate agent out of Chittenden County, Vermont, Jimmy Ty, the real estate guy. Jimmy, show us your beautiful smile.
Hey.
You're at the 14th Star Brewery in St.Albans, Vermont. We have reports here of glasses flying off racks, full body, partial bodied apparitions, lights going off and on for no reason, no apparent reason whatsoever. This place used to be a bowling alley back in the 70s. And for those of you that don't know, apparently bowling alleys were hot spots for drugs and debauchery back in the 70s. So maybe there's some imprints due to that. We're gonna find out.
Tonight we're going to get some booze.
Yes.
Probably not any wine,
No.
but we're definitely going to look for some spirits.
Yep, we got the booze and spirits covered for sure. All right, let's get it, guys.
Welcome to 14th Star. Love to have anybody from Vermont or even out of state come visit us. We're a veteran-owned business. Again, we've been open for 12 years now. You can see up here we have a plethora of different beer styles. Right now, our best-selling beers are Mexican lager. It's the best-selling beer here in Vermont. But we have a ton of different beers that people are very familiar with when they hear about 14th Star. Specifically, our Valor Ale, which is one of our flagships. Tribute, which is a double IPA, and then Maple Breakfast Stout. That is by far one of our most consistent beers we've had from day one. Anytime you hear maple and stout, it kind of draws your attention, and it's one of those beers that's just going to be around forever. But come down, try out. We typically have at least 12 beers on tap at any given time. Friendly environment, good food here at our partners at Grazers. Come on down, bring your family, and drink some of the best beer in Vermont.
Oh, Joe, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Mexican lager here at 14th Star Brewery. It is, I went to Brewfest a couple weekends ago. This is definitely top 3 beers I would say that I tried while at Brewfest, and I tried a lot of different beers at Brewfest. It's one of the most refreshing, hydrating beers I've ever had in my life, hands down. This is Zach. He is one of the owners here at 14th Star Brewery. He's going to give us a little tour here, show us what's going on, where all the hot spots are, and what we're going to be looking for.
As you pointed out, I'm Zach. Welcome here to 14th Star Brewing Company. Happy to have you guys. You reached out, showed some interest of some of the things we've been experiencing here, and we said, why not? Let's get you in here and see what you find, and maybe we can solve some of these mysteries. For any of you not familiar with St. Albans, St. Albans used to be the booming town of Vermont. It's literally the most northern land town, bustling just before Montreal. So anybody trying to expand into the United States from Canada typically stopped here in St. Albans. Vice versa, anyone trying to travel into Canada obviously stops here as their last watering hole before going into the great, expanse of Canada. some really amazing history there, as well as the Underground Railroad. We had a lot of African Americans fleeing from the South coming up. This would have been their last stop before getting over that border into Canada. So you got a lot of facilities, literally within close proximity of this location you're standing on, that house some of those runaway slaves. So a lot of negative history, a lot of good history with the people of St. Albans coming together and creating a great network of community. And you're standing here what used to be the former bowling alley of St. Albans. This is where people would come, bring their families, bring their children, and essentially just have a good time. But obviously with anything over time, you probably had bad experiences there as well. We moved into this location roughly around 2013, between 2013 and 2016. There was a vast expansion. We had to essentially clear out all that history of that bowling alley and literally dig about 4 feet deep down in the back of the brew house, which you'll see here in a few minutes. And so we disrupted a lot of the original infrastructure, which ultimately could have, pissed somebody off in the process. But since then, we've been operating as a 25-barrel brew house. We make beer. That is our primary focus. And then here in the tap room that you're seeing, we primarily focus on entertainment. So this is kind of a home away from home for people of St. Albans to come and experience their neighbors and maybe potentially drink some sorrow away, drink some pain away. And through that, not only have customers, but also employees. They've experienced the unusual. They've experienced things that you just can't explain. And I'm hoping to point out some of that to you, and you guys can kind of do a deep dive and figure out exactly what's going on here. I can show you, or start with this room specifically. We've had a lot of things come off the wall. So a lot of the stars that you're seeing or paintings have literally unexplained, without anyone within reach or reason, those objects have come off the wall and fallen to the ground. Not sure if it's a seismic activity, perhaps something outside on the wall, but something's creating those objects to fall from the wall that they're hanging on. Lots of lights have turned off and on, or they have turned off completely without any reason, i.e. meaning the switch is still on, but the entire light will go off to the point where we have to reset the system, turn the light back on. So very, very difficult to explain. This is our merch area. And one bartender specifically, her name's Kelly, so shout out to Kelly, has seen a shadowy figure essentially walking along the floor. So we call this the beach area, and kind of moving and traveling towards this merchandise corner and disappearing as they hit this plane here on the wall.
Like along this area right here.
Essentially outside of the window here, and we'll go out on the beach in a second, but essentially walking past this beach as if they were trying to exit out the door that's behind this wall. She's catching a glimpse from her post behind the bar, and she's the only one working that evening, and we don't have anybody out on the floor. So it doesn't make sense that she would see any type of figures that would resemble a person, if that makes sense. I was personally sitting at the bar one evening. A few of the glasses had just been put into place. And as the bartender walked away, got, let's say, about here, one of the glasses I observed with my own eye, which couldn't be explained, I'm still trying to figure it out today. I wouldn't say levitated, but with some force came off the shelf, not falling as if it wasn't in place, but it came out about a foot or two, fell to the ground and broke. So to this day, we still talk about it and try to figure out how. I try to think of myself as an intelligent guy that's college educated. I'm trying to figure out if there's some type of heat distribution or something along the lines with a wet glass touching metal that would make that force, but I just cannot figure out why that glass would move from that area. With that said, in the same vicinity, you have this door here that essentially is a barrier from the pub out to the brew house. Lots of bartenders have experienced that door shaking as if someone's trying to enter it. Again, when we're working in the evenings, no one is out on that brew hall floor. Our brewers work during the day. We don't open until 4 p.m. So we serve from 4 to 10 p.m. every evening. there are no employees out on the floor whatsoever at that time. So for someone trying to penetrate that door, makes zero sense. So they've experienced it shaking to the point where the knob, jiggling, which can't be explained, to the point where they'll go out, open the door, and see if someone is out there, and no one's out there. The other piece is if you scan onto the brew hall floor, and I saw you shooting some B-roll earlier, those are automated lights. And we'll go out there in a minute, and I'll show you. We'll try to time it so we can give you an example of what we're talking about. But it takes a lot of motion, takes a large object to get the lights to turn on once they deactivate. To the point where you could be sitting out at the table, the light will go off. You can't do a simple hand movement to get the light on. You have to physically stand up and walk a few feet and even wave your arms to get it to go on. So for a light to come on when no one's out there, it would take a significant force or movement for that light to come on. And I would say at least once or twice a week, those lights do come on. We've had those lights professionally checked. Myself as an owner, I'm more concerned about safety. So anytime there's an electric phenomena, we try to validate that it's not a hazard and it's not something involved with the wiring. And to date, everybody we've had in here has said everything's perfectly fine. So you really can't explain why some of those things are happening.
Let's check out the brew house.
Yeah, sure. Again, we don't have any mechanical things that move, nothing constantly circling, other than inside the tanks where you're seeing active fermentation happening. That alone doesn't trigger the lights. So we don't have any robots, we don't have any animals. Literally nothing in here moves other than the liquid that's inside the tanks. This is essentially our beer house. This is where we make the beer. Not an overly complicated process, but definitely highly technical. This is where all the magic happens. We have some of the best brewers in Vermont working for us, Andrew and Kendall. And then we have our cellar guy and packaging guy, Sam. Amazing human beings, and make some of the best beer, same beer you're drinking now. We have our pilot system here, and then all the tanks, either your bright tanks or fermentation tanks where the beer sits to process, are essentially here on the brew floor. It's our cellar space where we have our kegs and our canning line. It's where we put all the product once it's essentially done fermenting into cans or into kegs for distribution or for sale out on our floor. Don't ask me about this machine, I couldn't tell you. I just know Sam knows all about it, and he's a savant when it comes to this line. And saving grace to package all the beer that we make on a monthly basis.
And how much beer do you make a month?
It depends. It depends on demand. Here in Vermont, is our biggest distributor with Farrell, but we also push beer out of state, and we also contract beer for some other customers here in Vermont. So it just depends. Several hundred barrels a month is typical, and you can find our product in every store across Vermont. And that's something we chose to do very early on. We wanted every blue-collar person across Vermont to be able to experience the best beer. So we tried to push it out to every store we could. And we love serving Vermont. It's a great, great product.
That's what we try to do too.
But keep following me. We'll go back into the grain area, which is the last part of the building. 16,000 square feet here, so very large facility. Essentially where we store all the product that actually makes the beer. This is also motion censored, so you'll see the lights coming on as we move forward. We have a mill room here, which essentially just meals all the grain before it goes into the brew house. In the back room, feel free to go in there. That's just the mechanical. That's where our boiler is, and that's where our glycol system is. There's a lot of power objects back there, and then this is just our loading dock here, where we load the trucks. And then the last and probably the best part of the tour, at least in my opinion, the finished product, and that's the cooler. That's where we keep all the beer cold and fresh. So you have beer ready for distribution and palletized, as well as kegs. And then you have front of the house, which is this side, and that's everything we sell out of the pub or sell to the public in the cooler. So, if you or anyone else could have this at home all the time, it'd be a king.
I would live in there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What you're telling me, it sounds like most of the activity is happening towards the front of house,
Correct.
and towards the evening, most of your bartenders have been experiencing the
Correct.
activity, the brunt of the activity.
Correct. And it's hard for me because I've been in the military for 26 years and I've traveled the world and I've seen a lot of crazy things that can't be explained. At the same time, I'm a manager, so I try to ease their concerns.
Yeah.
Not necessarily downplay it. I always keep an open mind to everything. Some of the stuff seems a little wild to me, but at the end of the day, anything is possible. And that's why essentially when we talk to you guys, we're open to it. And maybe this could help put some people at ease as far as what's happening.
I'd love to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be our goal, is to figure out what's going on and maybe why it's going on.
Yeah. So whatever you need, the brewery's yours tonight. If I need to turn off lights, I can turn off lights. If you have questions, I'll be available to you. Consider me part of your staff. Whatever you need. Take your time, no rush. Plenty of beer flowing. I can't wait to see what you guys find out.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, come over here. Go back down that aisle, the main aisle over here. I think I just heard some footsteps.
You're just hearing footsteps?
Yeah,
Where?
like down the main brew aisle.
Main aisle over here?
Yeah,
You're hearing footsteps.
yeah. Zach's in his office, I believe.
Come down this way?
Yeah.
Is anyone in here? Feel free to interact with the small little black balls in the place. Door. Where is your card? Well, it's this nice volunteer. Light up here. Where exactly? Or footsteps?
Over here. It's like, heard it like it was coming from down there.
Like just down over here.
Yeah. Or you might want to give it a still.
Due to technical difficulties, we were not able to save or even review any of the footage that was captured on the SLS camera, unfortunately. However, when I first turned it on next to the bar, near the merch area, I captured what appeared to be an approximately 10-foot tall stick figure standing right next to Jimmy. and immediately after that, there were two black orb-like anomalies that flew away from Jimmy and towards myself. Colin viewed this as well as it was happening, but I was not able to review it afterwards.
I will say I felt like really creeped out while I was back over there.
Alright, let's go back.
Let's check that out. Back there while I saw it. Like, I feel weird. If there's two things this place has, it's brews and booze.
Thank you for that, Joe.
You're welcome.
Oh, you sound like my ex-wife. Joke never gets old.
Oh, you're gonna be one of those. What?
I almost ran into the
You're
thing.
gonna be one of those guys who just makes ex-wife jokes all the time. Oh, feeling a little clammy. Reminds me of my ex-wife.
I hope
So
you walk
funny.
into something.
I feel like I'm about to walk into something. That'd be fine. I deserve some negative karma anyway. Wait. I'm about to walk off. Oh, that's the bar. Okay. Here we go.
Barring that second joke. I don't know, Joe. I think there's something brewing here.
You smell something brewing, dude? I smell something fermenting. That's not my yeast infection.
That was me slapping my knee.
That was a knee slapper.
It's a ghost slapper.
And here's a quick montage of all of the evidence that our stationary cameras that we placed around the brewery have captured.
Rem Pod. Oh, I don't know. I could put it over behind the bar somewhere, maybe. So what it does is rapidly go through AM and FM radio stations. And the idea is that it can be manipulated by spirits to give us in real time messages. Did you just hear Estes? They just said Estes. So they can speak through this. They can manipulate it to go to certain radio stations to like say it. Like it's going. Like this is going probably 100 per minute, and then you'll hear like full-on sentences, and you know it's not a radio station. Like I've had this thing tell me to shut the fuck up before. That's not happening on any radio station. We're getting some stuff already, it sounds like.
Alright, talk to me, Joe.
Alright. Is there anybody here? You want to tell us your name? Why are you here?
Why are you slowing it down?
Give us a name. That was weird. You got all quiet for a second. Were you here when there was a bowling alley? Did you used to go bowling here? I heard not anymore. How many spirits are haunting this building? Good one. Can you tell us your name? Give us your name.
You here for free drinks? Your lifetime voucher expired, unfortunately.
Can you give us a sign that you're here? You make a noise? You want to knock something off the wall? You want to give Jimmy a kiss on the cheek?
Not again. You guys want to try out there?
Yeah, you can migrate over there.
Yeah.
Would you like to communicate with us? What is your name? Did you hear Oliver? I heard something. Somebody said like a mouthful. Can you say that again? Blinded. Are you here? Do you know that you're dead? Do you like it when we communicate with you? Did that? Yo. I saw that. Yeah. Do you want to communicate with us? Can you make this light up again? Who would you like to talk to? Him?
Who is this person that you speak of?
Is it Emma? Are you looking for an Emma?
Is it a relative?
Or perhaps a first initial? That was creepy.
Who is this person to you?
That was weird. Yeah.
Are you angry with them? Would you like to communicate through somebody?
Yeah, that's what it is. Doing today.
It's definitely the same voice too. You notice that also?
Yeah. I just copied you, said voice. That was a little weird.
Voice or voice?
Voice.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Do you like the people that work here? Does anybody here scare you? I'm sorry, what was your name again, Chris? Colin. Damn it, Colin.
Should I be named Chris?
Chris Collins.
Alright, you got Colin, Joe, and Jimmy here. Who do you want to talk to?
Yeah, you want to talk to any one of us particular?
You're scared?
Did it say I'm scared?
I think it did.
What are you scared of?
What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of Joe?
I'm pretty scary.
Are you afraid of me?
Jimmy's pretty scary too.
It's the beard, man. It's the new beard.
I wouldn't trust you near an elementary school, that's for sure.
Hi, Mr. Mustache.
My mustache is tasteful.
Tasty, maybe.
It is tasty.
I think the ghost laughed at our joke. Are you just here for the booze?
2020.
You want us to leave? Where are you?
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot eat, I cannot sleep tonight.
Need somebody honest.
Are you the one that's been turning on the motion detector lights?
We should maybe turn those back on to see if they go on by themselves.
Yeah. Don't think it was gonna help us much.
Do you know why?
Did it
the
just say it
chicken
wasn't
crossed
me?
the road?
I didn't catch that. May have.
See that? Are you here? Are you doing that?
The EMF detector just lit up. Not sure if I caught it on camera or not.
Here, Joe, go that way a little bit.
Whoa.
Keep going, Joe. Keep going.
Do you want us to split up? Sounds like you might. What did that say? Are you knocking things off of walls and breaking glasses? If so, why are you doing that?
Do you want to talk to one of us alone?
Let's do Estes. Whoa, what was that?
Who do you want to talk to? How did you die? Were you killed? Oh. Are you getting close to us? want to talk to us, don't you? Are you right behind Colin?
Here we're conducting an Estes method EVP section, and what that is I am connected via headphones to the spirit box. I have headphones on top of those headphones so I cannot hear anything. You'll also notice I'm blindfolded and therefore cannot see anything.
Alright, Joe, can you hear anything? Joe. 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 Joe, can you hear me? Joe. Joe. Okay, so I can't hear anything.
Yeah. Whoa. I just heard a bunch of really fast whispering. I don't know what it said, but a bunch of fast whispering.
Alright, let's, Colin, do you want to ask a question? Alright, how long have you been here? Have you been here since the bowling alley was here?
Never mentioned.
Do you have unfinished business here?
Blocked. Ah. The
You get
animals.
stuck here?
Something about God.
Were you human? How many years have you been here?
Please don't try me. Enhance.
Are you behind us? Are you actually here? Would you like to communicate with us?
It's possible. You like me.
How so? What is your name?
Nobody's given to me.
Whew. Whew. Is that a normal noise? Was that you? Not a normal noise. Woo! Was that you? Can you do it again?
That was me.
Can you do it again? The battery's dying. Could you hear me? Joe, could you hear me?
No.
So,
What happened?
there was a loud bang over there,
Are you serious?
and we were like, "Was that you?" And
Is
you
that normal?
No, and so
What?
no, Joe. So we asked. We were like, "Was that you?" And right after that, you said it was me.
I did?
Yeah.
Sick. That's awesome.
A little freaky.
What the loud bang sound was it?
I don't know. I'm gonna go look.
It sounded more like a.
It could have been tank explosion.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on.
Whatever you just did there, say it goes down. I like it.
Like that sound?
Oh, whatever you did. That. That's what I heard.
So,
Well, how would it do that? To me, it sounded more like even firmer. Yeah.
yeah. Huh. Beer, wine, and spirit.
Beer, wine, spirits, baby.
60-some years of this building being here. Couldn't tell you what was here before that. Lots of articles in newspapers.com about St.Albans having haunted occurrences, but that was like back in the 1850s. They're kind of consistent until like 1890, and then they just kind of trail off and disappear. And no one really talks about it anymore. It's kind of interesting. Maybe more people believed about it back then, and not so much modern day, but it seemed like every year there was a article about it. So if you just go into newspapers and search haunted or ghost, you'll see articles pop up for St.Albans.
How old are you? When did you die? Where did you die? Did you used to work in this building?
The spirit box just fell over. That was weird.
As you can see, it would appear that the earbuds were moving by themselves. I don't necessarily think this is paranormal. I think it could have totally been the cords from underneath the table weighing down the earbuds, but I thought it was worth including in the video.
I love Polaroid pictures so much. They're so cool looking. That looks like a picture out of like the 1980s.
He looks like an 80s porn star.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's waiting for like a plate of spaghetti or something. So that means there's a temperature change here. So we're not near it. We're not near enough for it to be doing that right now. So, and then this is also going off.
Shine my light on it.
That shouldn't have any effect on it. Whoa, so this just went off as it's detecting a change in temperature. That's interesting. Alright, let's get this going.
Now the light's not doing anything.
Things are happening now. And it's 10 o'clock now. That's like when things... Holy shit. They're going in tandem, too. Like, it's not just this freaking out for no reason. Like, this is also going off. Alright. Keep doing that. Why'd you stop? Thank you. Can you do that again? Can you make that noise happen again? It's lighting up. What did that say?
Beck?
I heard Beck too. I was just talking to Beck.
Beck or sick?
So plugged in. It was a male voice. Oh, baby. Can you make the Rem Pod make a noise again? If you can... Whoa. If you can hear me, make this light up all the way to red again. Can you do that? Let's try it. Alright, is there anything you want to tell us? Any message that you want to impart unto us? You want to tell us about yourself? Can you make any noises? Or make these devices light up again so that we know that you're here? Oh, it's lighting up. Oh, it's lighting up a bit there. So you're here. Can you please speak into the spirit box and answer some of our questions? We want to know more about you. Did you used to work here?
I thought that.
How come you're still here?
Terrified.
You're terrified? What are you terrified of? What could you possibly be scared of? You don't know what's on the other side? What could the dead have to be afraid of?
Reason.
I want to know the reason. Tell me the reason. Why do you walk by this window at night? You know, you're scaring the bartenders that work here. What business do you have walking by this window at night? Do you have someplace to be? Are you doing
Inventory?
Inventory? Oh, wow. Was that your job? Did you used to inventory things here? You used to work here then, is that what that means? You know you're dead, right? You don't have to work here anymore. You should be able to go rest easy if you want. Pass on to the next life. You don't need to hang around here.
Let me go.
What? Where do you want to go? Do you want to pass over? I want to help you go. I want to help you go to where you need to go. I just want to know how I can do that.
Are you still doing inventory? Oh, can you make that light up some more? Do you have anything you want to tell us? Did you work at night? What did you inventory? What's your name?
Far away.
Well, come closer. Yeah. Yeah, can you make that light up some more?
Are you from Canada?
Are you Canadian? Do you want to use the light to answer? Okay.
Operation.
Operation?
Or cooperation.
Were you part of the railroad that was nearby here?
Wednesday.
Today's Monday. What happened Wednesday?
Feel like you can't leave?
Mark can save me.
Mark? Is he the guy that hangs out over in the entertainment area?
We want to.
You guys want to be saved? Do you know how we can do that?
Who is Mark? Did Mark hurt you? Are you Mark?
Come 10:46.
You good?
It's a lot of like music.
Huh?
Getting a lot of music.
Ah,
It's
it's Monday night or Wednesday night. Maybe they had Wednesday night bowling.
I said Wednesday.
Yeah,
You
you
said
did.
Wednesday,
Yeah, that's
you
why I
said
was.
Mark, and then we asked you when you were born, or he asked you when you were born. You said 10:46, which he assumed was a year, but when I looked at my watch, it was 10:43. So you were off by 3 minutes.
Oh shit.
So then we tried to focus in on what happens at 10:46.
It's 10:46 right now.
And so I
Yeah.
said that. I said it's 10:46, and you said it's the same.
That's weird.
And then yeah, you
Came out.
said me
But that
when he said
the
10:46.
light, like
Yeah, the light
full
was blinking a
bars.
lot. This one.
full bars, like almost every time before you spoke and after that was full bars. And he even asked, will you communicate via that system? And pretty much almost to the clock where it would go.
Yeah, I've seen that before too. I've used this as like a. In fact, I got one more thing we can try. I've used this as like a yes or no thing. Like if yes.
It seemed
Make
like
it
it would
blink.
fluctuate per the
All right,
conversation.
I got one more thing we can try. I'll be right back. You
Trigger the
unscrew the
flashlight?
flashlight so that it's just barely off. And then it will like turn on and off on its own for yes or no questions. Can you turn that flashlight on? I just put a flashlight down on this table. Oh, thank you. Can you turn it off? I've never had that happen before. That's awesome. Turn the flashlight off.
We could not get the flashlight to turn off or replicate it turning on again after that. So shortly after this, we began our debrief and ended the investigation.
Seems like the guy or whoever it is.
Wednesday, 10:46, Mark.
Wednesday, 10:46. So maybe something will happen on 10:46 on Wednesday.
Well, a lot of some of the things that are seen here do happen after closing. So which typically we close at 10. And the bartenders, it takes it roughly a good hour to close. Cleaning all the stuff, putting everything away. So it wouldn't be out of reason to have activity here at that time. If that makes sense.
Why don't you let me know if something happens at 10:46 on
Yeah.
Wednesday?
And I'll dig in some more to find any reference to a mark in the bowling alley.
Yeah.
That might be interesting.
I feel like it was somebody that used to work here too.
Definitely interesting on the inventory piece. I mean, I don't know what you inventory at a bowling alley, but to your point, if there was a restaurant here, or
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably served drinks or something too. That thing is still blinking. I can see it behind you. Let me see.
Mark? Marky Mark?
Mark, is that you? Is your name Mark? Or do you know a Mark? Something about a Mark for sure. Kelly mentioned like an Ed or something.
I think she mentioned John's parents, so it'd be interesting to validate or confirm what their names were. She thinks it's them. She thinks it's John's parents because I don't know their connection here, if they were the previous owners or. I think in her mind, it's a pleasant way of thinking about the ghost, that it's a nice married couple that are just interested, had commitment and time here, and they want to spend the rest of their eternity here.
'Cause they're telling me like they think there's like a male up front and then like a female or two in the back. And I was hearing female voices over there on the spirit box. Just keep going. So.
Yeah, and the fact that it sounded like the same voice.
Yeah, the same voice too. Like the first time I did the Estes method, it was the same male voice every time I heard anything coherent. Which is interesting. All right, let's wrap up. Get food.